Hey everyone, so this should be a quick video just on a few display things and a few other readout things that haven't been covered previously. So one is track colors. So you'll notice these guys are all color coded. So if we want to change the default coloring scheme for Pro Tools, we can do that in the setup window. So setup preferences. And then we go to display, and then right here, there will be a list of default track color coding. Now, usually you want track type. That way you get audio tracks or MIDI tracks or instrument tracks all color coded so that they're all together. But you can choose others if you want to. So you can have no coloring. You can have tracks and MIDI channels separated into two colors, tracks and MIDI devices, such and such. If you've created some groups, you can color code the groups. But typically I just leave it on track type. That usually works pretty well. Another thing that you might want a quick reference for is to be aware of the track type from the icon. So you'll see these tiny little icons here. So depending on which track type, you get a different icon. So we can see a few here. So the little piano keyboard here is an instrument track. The knockdown Christmas tree, which is a waveform, that is the audio track. A 5-pin connector is a MIDI track. The down arrow is an aux input. And then there's a few other kinds. So let's see if there's a master in here. The master is the sigma or like a sum Greek symbol, this guy. So that's for master faders. And then we have a couple others. So if we create a new folder, I'm going to create a new track and let's get a couple other kinds. So we've got a routing folder and a basic folder. And what else is left for us? Oh, a VCA. I think that covers everything, right? Create. Okay, so you'll notice that both types of folders, routing folders and basic folders, both have a folder icon. And then a VCA master shows volume faders. And that's that for your track icons. That is an excellent test type question for, say, a Pro Tools 110 test question for your certification. So good thing to memorize are those icons. And then just so you have a quick summary, let me pull up this screenshot. So there we go. Audio, aux input, MIDI, instrument. There's our VCA with our faders, folders, and the sigma for a master fader. Cool. One other thing in the edit window, and that is these little guys up here. So these tiny little icons at the top here, there's kind of 4 of them that are all grayed out right now because none of them are being applied right now. Okay, so let's solo this boom track. All right, and now you notice that this icon here is now highlighted. That means something is soloed. And if you want to unsolo anything that's soloed in your session, you have a quick way to do it with that icon. So I've now soloed a few more tracks. I can click that icon and it unsolos anything that's soloed. So that's a really nice quick thing, especially if you have a lot of tracks like this session does. Okay, another thing, I'm going to find some audio in here and I'm going to turn on Elastic Audio. Now watch the little circle icon here. While Pro Tools is doing processing, that guy will show stuff happening. So watch, here we go. Processing, it's spinning, and it's done. So that tells you that Pro Tools is busy doing stuff. And if you click on it, you actually get the task manager. So any kind of rendering or processing that Pro Tools is doing will be reflected there. So say it's searching for some audio tracks it couldn't find, that will show up there. And that guy is called the task manager icon. 2 others. So the little snowflake here, that is for any tracks that may have been frozen. So I'm going to freeze a track. Let's freeze some audio here. Here we go. It is rendering right now. Okay, that's done rendering. All right, so now you'll notice that something in my session is frozen, one of my tracks. So anything's frozen, you will see this icon. You can right click, just like it says here in the pop-up here, right click to unfreeze any of those tracks that are frozen. So if you want to just do an unfreeze all, you can do it that way. So you can right click to do it, unfreeze all, or choose specific things. Or you can also, to unfreeze all, supposedly hold down Option or Alt and click. And that did it. It just unfreezes everything. So Option or Alt click. Okay, last one is the mute icon. So if anything is muted, you will know it, but you can't unmute by clicking on it. You can't unmute things because you might have the chance that something would overload or there'd be all kinds of crazy noise. You never know what could go wrong when you unmute. So there's no global unmute, but you will know if something's muted because of that icon. So that's those 4 icons in the edit window. And that's pretty much it for this video. Just a couple things that we can do with our sessions and a couple new ways to get information from what we're seeing in our Pro Tools session. All right, see you in the next one.